Jasmyne and Vince.
The JasVynce Show.
The JasVynce.
What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The JasVynce Show.
I'm Jazz.
And I am Vince. And we are happy to bring you a brand new episode of Married at First Sight, episode
7?
I think it's episode 7 of season 14 in Boston yet again. It's been 8 days of marriage, and I forgot the name of this episode already. What was it? Oh, this is my decision day.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's get it. 4.5 couples. Ooh, I like where they're going with this already. All right, they move in with their new spouses as Cal. They just had him as Cal in the
disrespect.
in the description. I was trying to figure out why they did that. As Cal guides them into the next chapter of their marriage. I have us starting with Jasmyne and Michael today. Or is there anything that you wanted to say before we get into this? We got to see Cal, which I'm excited about.
He did his time today, boy.
Cal put in
He
some work.
worked for that paycheck today.
Cal put in some work. All right. So I got to get my Pastor Cal gifts together. I got to find something good. But yeah, I did have Jasmyne and Michael first. Again, only 8 days of marriage. It's starting to come out, y'all. Jasmyne and Michael went from
the lies.
Right. They went from the most boring couple last week to
They still pretty boring.
They a little bit boring, but they starting off strong. You know what I'm saying? She's not moving in off bat. What's up with that?
She said that she had to find a doggy daycare for her dog first, which I think is BS because the dog
Boston?
can.
What do you do
Everybody else moves in with their pets, so why can't the dog move in until they find a daycare?
Very strange, very strange. So she's stressing about dog school, but she should be stressing about my man's roommates over here. What did he have one girl roommate?
He had 2 girl roommates, and he failed to mention that, which, if it was just, I guess if they was just dating for the first time, like if it was their first date and not an actual wedding, then I could see him not mentioning that initially. But the fact that she said, oh yeah, I have a male roommate, that's my best friend and my male roommate over there at the wedding, it's like a lie by omission.
Takes a sip.
You should have said, oh, I have female roommates, by the way.
By the way, plural. Roommates.
Yeah. So I'm kind of with Jasmyne. I feel like she's giving big mom energy and judgy energy. She was like walking through his house like a house inspector to me. I didn't really care for her energy.
She was on him, but you got to understand that this is somebody that's been popping whack behind the scenes too.
Supposedly.
So she gonna come correct.
He still said he wasn't yelling at her.
So yeah, apparently. So
he said she might not have liked his tone, but he wasn't yelling.
I thought it was hilarious when she was walking through his house like that. She's like, "Oh, I've seen it all," and I'm assuming that they probably had that clip after she recognized that there was 2 females there. After he said he never lived with a woman before, which I think that's what she was mainly upset about too.
I would have thought that was sus because, one,
big sus.
The first thing is maybe he interpreted that as living like with a woman he was dating. But either way, you got like 4 sisters. Like, you've lived with women before and your roommates are women. So at that point, I felt like he was lying.
Yeah, let us know in the comments how you feel about that. If you think he was lying to like get away from the conversation, or if he might have just interpreted, have you ever lived with women like your sisters or your 2 female roommates? He said a woman.
That sounds like,
and
I could see how you would interpret that as somebody you're dating. But what were you just saying? Before that, he said something like he never. I don't know.
He might have interpreted differently, is what we were saying.
Yeah, but it came up more than once that he could have said it. That's why it's a lie.
Twice. So yeah. It kind of seems like he's lying or just trying to get away from the conversation. I thought that was weird. I thought that was really weird that he did that. And he hit her with like so what does that even mean? Like,
it means something. It's something that your wife should know up front.
Sir.
Because no woman is like cool with like, oh yeah. And also, y'all supposed to move in together afterwards.
Exactly.
So these are things that you would need to know. Like, Oh, I have to break my lease. Oh, I have roommates. Do you have roommates? Like, that stuff y'all should be discussing.
Yes.
But anyway, Pastor Kyle comes to see everybody.
Yes.
He came to see Jasmine and Michael, and they was just going back and forth. She was like, he's a different person behind closed doors. He's disrespectful. He raises his voice. He's like, I don't feel like I don't raise my voice. You might not like my tone, but I don't raise my voice. Now,
Michael,
I can see that.
Every single time there's a conflict, Michael, you know you be raising that voice. I don't know why you over here why you over here acting like, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was nice of her to get out, I guess.
I feel like she talks to him like that all the time.
See, so there's
big
the issue.
It's big teacher, big mom energy.
There you go.
But she's a teacher.
Yeah, okay, I forgot about that too.
So
I always forget that.
She said it like that, and they were just going back and forth. And Pastor Kyle was like, "All right, then, since ain't nobody listening, y'all listen to me, okay?" What did he tell them?
Pastor Cal, I'm so appreciative that you're here today. His message was of forgiveness, and specifically the difference between talking to and talking at somebody, which is something they both clearly need to work out.
I don't feel like Michael has ever been in a relationship like that. That's what I'm getting from him.
That's possible too.
So he doesn't know like how you communicate in a marriage.
That's possible too, especially since he might have been, if he was raised by women and was surrounded by women all the time, then he might not, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he might be lashing out like, well, I'm finally not under control of someone, but
I could see that.
Little did you know, your wife is you under control. So
I'm trying to think what else happened. What did he tell her? He told her to say, she is.
I am not your enemy.
I am not
I was taking
your
notes.
enemy. Yeah, I'm glad you was. Because I don't be yelling.
Okay.
You just don't be liking what I have to
and
say.
Neither do I. You know, it's your tone.
It happens.
Sometimes, you know, but my whole thing was that even after all this, like, I'm glad that Pastor Cal was there to interfere, and she put him on the spot, like, hey, look, I don't be, and don't interrupt Pastor Cal, by the way, too. Don't do that. We don't like that. We don't like that. All right, just checking. But he still looked like he was attacked after all this. He was still sitting there. He's
giving me macho, like Napoleon is what he's giving me. Like, he's a little beefy dude, and he looks like, I believe her when she says that he raises his voice behind closed doors.
Do you think that he's actually going to change his behavior? Let us know.
I don't know, but he's doing a good job in front of the cameras. I'm gonna say that. But we won't know. He might be a liar because these Michaels ain't working.
Michaels. Let's talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Let's go.
All right, let's move along. That was Jasmine and Mike. I want to talk about Lindsay and Mark right now. Mr. and Mrs. MTS. I didn't get to see too much from them this episode. We did get to see them moving.
You was asleep.
I nodded off. It was yo, these shows, man.
Mark said she's been a lot from the beginning. And
facts.
He's drained. You could tell he's drained.
Is he drained because of bed bugs in his apartment?
And the hazmat suits. He's drained because of everything. First of all, it's a huge transition. Secondly, your wife is a lot. Third, you're already a lot. Fourth, you got bed bugs. You fighting with your landlord. It's just a lot. That's a lot of transition all at once.
5 cats, bro?
And all the cats. I forgot. And the cats want to fight each other, apparently.
And the one lion cat. Whose cat is the weird lion cat?
I think it might be his.
That's throwing me off. Yeah. Stop doing this to your animals, people. Cut it out. That is so weird to me. I'm sorry. I was like, wait.
I'm not a cat person, so I just thought it was weird altogether. But
I've grown up with cats. I wouldn't call myself a cat person, but nah. Not a fan.
Lindsay was a little bit. I think that her intent is always good, and I think Mark knows that. But the way that she operates is too brutal, I guess is the word. Abrasive is the word. So she goes in his house, he's like, yeah, so I keep this plate because it was my parents' china plate. Does it bring you joy when you hold it? Okay, we could get a new one. I'm like, damn. I mean, I know he got bed bugs. I don't know anything about bed bugs like that, but I feel like that's his house. You don't just go in somebody's house and just, we throwing all this shit away. Like, that's a lot. Especially when he's not the one that asks for help for things.
Yep. I'm glad that he's admitted in this session throughout the episode and with Pastor Cal that, she's definitely a lot to handle, and I'm working through it.
So going on to, he went to her house. I did not like his reaction.
What was his reaction?
He kept saying, "Oh, this is really your house." He was saying to the confessional that he was like, "I was hoping because that we would be able to move into her house and live together after if everything works out after the 90 day not 90 days. I'm on the wrong show, y'all. After what?
After
8
the
weeks.
experiment.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Thank you. I'm like, the 90 days. Lord have mercy. I'm behind. It's because 90 Day Fiance didn't air this week because of Super Bowl, so I've been upset.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Now, so, after they get evicted from the Big Brother house, go ahead.
No. You trying to confuse me? I can't get back right now.
Too many shows. Go ahead.
What was I saying now?
Lindsay and Mark after the experiment.
Yeah, so I thought it was kind of like selfish that he was just like, yeah, so her place is too small for both of us, and this, and I'm like, her place is for her.
Yeah.
She had that place before she knew you and married you. Yep. So
and her cats and her plants.
To me, that gave me like that he's very set in his ways. He wants something that's already set up.
37, 8.
Yeah, I'm like, why wouldn't you want to go look for a place together?
Yeah.
That house looked like she's clearly lived there for some time.
And her plants and her cats.
It's chaotic just like her. It's lots going on, lots of colors. Lots of plants, cats on the bed and stuff. I don't play about the animals on the bed. Speaking of animals on the bed, we gotta come back to that. We're gonna come back to Steve.
I was gonna say one of her plants is named Lindsay. Do you want to talk about Katina and Olajuwon, or you want to jump into Noy and Steve?
We gotta talk about when Pastor Kyle came to talk to them.
Let's get into it.
Lindsay was very frustrated with him and felt like that he was all in and then has completely pulled back. And he said sometimes that he needs the time.
Pulled out is the
pulled out. Yeah, I don't know what we was talking about.
I couldn't tell if it was a metaphor or not. But
yeah, but then she was like, basically because he's not affectionate and stuff like that now. But that man is going through a lot.
Yes.
But I do understand what she was saying too, because they've had sex, they've been intimate, they were completely open. But that's the difference between being on a honeymoon and being in real life, because you have to deal with the real life, how people react to things.
Exactly. He said the biggest thing that changed for him was the fact that you wild out on the plane and thereafter. So it was just like, I was on edge watching you the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to watch out now.
Right.
That's all.
So I think that Pastor Kyle's conversation with them was good, because like she felt like she needed to be like, what was the word that he used? Help me out. What's the word?
Open, accepting, patient.
No. Like validated, whatever that word is.
Something like that.
Yeah. So like Mark might be going through stuff, but he still needs to like at least communicate with his wife, or like validate and be present, I guess is
they look happy in their picture. I like it.
I think they like each other, but I think that she got to tone it down, and he has to deal better with, like, say how he feels. That's the real issue, because she's going to run over him if he doesn't.
All right. Let us move on. I want to talk about Katina and Olajuwon just for a hot second, because I didn't have too many notes on them either. They moved into, was it their apartment, but he saw her apartment? I can't remember what it was, but I know he asked her
his apartment.
He asked her about the kitchen. He asked her how the kitchen was looking or something like that.
Yeah, that was his house. She said his house looked frat boy. He did have those auntie, like grandma little curtains, like the short kitchen curtains. They remind me of somebody's grandma's house is what it was. And I was like, his mom or somebody decorated this. It had to be. But his house was it was a nice cute house, but it looked like a man lived there. His whole basement was a gym. Like, that's a waste of space to me. Like,
I mean, if you work out,
move differently.
If you work out. The only other really important note that I had for them, because I feel like their issue is, I would say, mainly based in communication.
He's not delicate enough.
Yeah, that's what it is. So his thing that he said when Pastor Cal came to speak to them, which I love that Pastor Cal for every single person, like, yo, last time I seen you, you was single. Like, I was like, all right, we get it. But I do really think that when he said something along the lines of, well, I have a level for my wife, which I think a lot of guys and the girls as well.
Your level for your wife should be the same level that you maintain. That's my opinion.
Exactly.
Everything you should, if I can do something, you should be able to do the same thing. You might not be able to do it as well as I can do it, or vice versa.
Right.
But you shouldn't be like, oh, well, you should do this. You should cook. You should clean. I don't believe in that gender role stuff. What we call it, specialization of labor over here. Okay.
Specialization.
Yes, whatever you good at, that's gonna be your thing.
That's the thing.
Yes,
I like that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I like that.
Pastor Kyle told him, "You coming off like you in the 50s, like the woman supposed to be barefoot, pregnant, and cooking." And I'm gonna say that when he came in the house, when she came in the house, he said that. He's like, "Can you imagine our kids running, mommy, daddy?" I'm like, that's literally what he wants, is somebody to have his babies, somebody to bust it open, and somebody to cook. And when Pastor Kyle came, she was like, "Oh yeah, I made spaghetti." He's like, "Oh, it smells good." "Oh, I made spaghetti." And Pastor Kyle called him out like, that was not a deal breaker for you.
Yeah.
When we met with you.
I appreciate that he called him out on that too. I thought that was really good.
To be honest, I thought that would be a deal breaker for me, but it's not.
Would you look at that?
Go you.
Yay, appreciate me. Look at that. Now, anything else about Jasmyne and Katina and Lajuan before we move on to Noy and Steve?
No, I'm ready for the housewarming next week.
Let's get to it, y'all. Noy and Steve seem to be the boring couple this week. Only thing that I got away from this, Jazz was infuriated to find out that Sushi gets to be in the bed.
I wasn't infuriated. Steve was.
Did he seem like he was mad?
He seemed like he was like, I'm one of those people that don't believe animals should be in the bed. Like,
there you go.
In the kitchen, in like, you know, in certain areas.
Sorry, animal folks.
Sorry, but I know people be saying, well, why you gonna get a dog if he can't sleep in the bed with you? No. The dog paws be outside on the ground. That's like me walking in Times Square and putting my shoes and dropping them in the bed. No, thank you. That's just my opinion. I also don't have no pet.
He wasn't with it.
Steve absolutely wasn't with it, but he didn't straight up say it. He was just like, oh, well, maybe we can get a dog bed and put it next to the bed. And she's like, yeah, but he'll still want to sleep right next to me. We get to Noe's house. Noe got, oh, that's a dog bed, that's a dog bed, that's a dog bed. I said, oh, so Sushi don't use none of these beds, huh?
That's where her 3 kids are going to sleep at.
Oh, God. You're horrible. You're horrible.
Steve, like, 3 kids. And the dog in the bed? What's happening right now? What's going on?
So when Pastor Kyle came over, he made her open up about, like, her past and how, like, she grew. I didn't realize she was in a refugee camp.
See,
like,
I'm glad
him not having a job is triggering me on her behalf.
Facts.
At this point.
Facts.
Because
she needs stability.
Yeah, she does. I think most women feel that way, but I could see how it could be, like, way, like, that would give me a lot of anxiety, especially if that was my past. So I give me anxiety now if you ain't got no job.
Calm down.
Okay?
It's gonna be all right.
You got a job.
I got a job, baby. Anything else about Steve jobless and his
I thought it was interesting that Steve said that he didn't know if he wanted that responsibility. Because she said she wanted 3 kids and she obviously she wants him to get a job, but it sounds like he doesn't want to. But he hasn't said that to her.
He wants to dream and create. That's the opposite of a job.
Dream and create sound like a strain of weed, okay? Like,
yeah.
What are we doing here? Why are these people getting married if they don't want? I mean, I guess you could have like a nomadic relationship. That could be a thing, but it's married at first sight, Boston. So I would assume I'm going to be in Boston. Let's get to the trash can.
Let's get into the heat, baby. Where's my trash man at? There's my trash man. I had to bring the trash man out for a quick second. Alyssa and Chris are no more, unfortunately. Spoiler alert for...
Yeah, spoiler alert. You should have started with that.
If you needed to know. We get to see Alyssa and Chris doing their thing, their usual thing as they've been doing.
Which is nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't even have her phone number.
They haven't spoken. You know whose phone number she does have? Her mom, who she's also on the phone with. Yeah, I was just expecting a cowboy in Boston. Someone that, can just bring all the chickens home to roost and keep the cows in one barn. And where are they from that they keep using all these
so flabbergasted.
These farm sayings? What is this?
But you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. is most of Boston like farms and stuff? Am I not aware? I mean, not Boston, Massachusetts.
I don't know, man.
I would imagine that it probably has more farmland than we think it does. Because I thought the same. Excuse my language. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of New York is farms, apple farms, all different type of stuff. A lot of way more than New Jersey than I thought is farms too.
There's lots of farms.
So I was like, maybe it is more farms. Maybe there could be a cowboy. Maybe we know where she was last year in January.
Who knows?
6th. But I know for a fact she was there.
But yeah.
But she's a good person.
She's a good person. I feel like, again, the more that she says it, the less I believe that she's actually a good person. It's kind of scary that you have to keep saying it.
I be feeling bad because I used to think that it was always the editing. But she's always in a new place saying that she's such a good person.
There you go.
So...
Well, you know, I would definitely agree that, you know, she's got to be a good person, because only people that say that so many times and also have issues with people posting about defunding the police on Instagram.
Especially when their best friend is a police officer.
They're the best kind of people.
This is just proof of somebody that was looking for a reason to not be with somebody.
Yes.
But also, Married at First Sight, what are y'all doing? Because this is the second time that we know of, at least,
right,
where they're putting MAGA-ites with defund the police-ites.
I didn't say it.
What's happening?
I didn't say it. Make sure the political values,
especially in this day and age,
social impact, moral, diversity, inclusion, same page. Like, make sure everybody understands all the same things. I think is
I think that's a big deal, and we saw that with Virginia and Eric.
Yep.
Well, they had other issues too, but
they did.
That's the point.
I will say that Chris's cop best friend was all of us.
He was the highlight of the show.
When he was like, "Oh yeah, can you believe that I don't have an eagle tattoo?" So her psychic was incorrect. Stop! Please stop!
Please stop!
Please stop! And he did, which I'm so happy about.
Oh my gosh, I think that's what he needed. Is that one friend? The sister already told him on the honeymoon.
Yep. Just
cut your losses, bro. But that one friend, because you could tell he's a real friend and he's like straight up real. He was like, he's like, this girl went an 80-year-old like Vietnam veteran or something. Like, what is it? What an ego tattoo? I was like, he is flaming. I am so here for this.
He was killing it.
I'm like, all right, mister.
I appreciate it.
So Chris stood up for himself. He let her talk her little foolishness in front of Pastor Kyle. But Pastor Kyle was not buying one word of it.
And I'm glad.
And you could tell. He was like, oh, really?
I'm glad.
I was like.
You know we watched the tape too, right? Girl, you know, I ain't been here physically, but they prep me as part of my job. I have to watch all the video of you talking and they tell me, because it's my job.
She said, oh yeah, I felt like we connected on the tennis court. I said, what, when he had the aggressive hands?
Aggressive.
Look at him pointing.
Stop.
When we were paddleboarding, we were connecting. I'm like, are we watching the same thing? No. Because she was complaining, oh, he keeps falling. Oh, this. Oh, that. Oh, don't have him come talk to me.
Yes.
It's the white fragility for me. I can't take it. Well, not on Black History Month.
There's that. Not in Black History Month. There's that. And as producer Montrez said, she was on Single at First Sight, clearly. This whole time.
She was trying to be on the real world because she thought she was moving into the apartment for free. The way she slammed them keys down, she was so tired.
I just want people to think that I'm a good person and I'm represented. Like, he keeps trying to paint me like I'm here for the wrong reasons.
Chris is not Bob Ross. I'm just saying. He's not Bob Ross at all.
That's good. Stop it. But yes, that was really good. But yeah, it's not working out. I'm very glad that Pastor Kyle was. I see through all this. This is stop.
I'm glad we didn't have to watch a whole season of the foolishness, because that would have drove me crazy.
Now that I'm extremely happy again, Chris said to her face, "I would like a divorce." She, of course, breaks out into tears right away, but it kind of cleared up eventually. Will we have to continue to see them on this show?
No, we won't.
Now, we thought that with Chris and Paige.
But they never said, "Oh, I want a divorce." But like I said, in the Miami season, I can't remember the guy's name was Derek, and I can't remember what the girl's name is. She said she wanted a divorce on the honeymoon, and we didn't see them again until decision day.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
We will see. We will see about that. Let's get into some of these ratings. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about with Alyssa and Chris? I'm just happy.
Who?
I don't even know. Don't even know. One more time for the aggressive hand gestures. Amazing job. We're all happy. This is exactly how I feel.
Yes.
That he also finally said that we getting the heck up out of here, man. Let's
he know he about to find him another queen too. I appreciate that little monologue at the end.
Let's do these ratings so we can get into Big Brother. Starting with them, officially -0, 0x.
They not even on the board no more.
They don't count.
Eliminated.
Let us know if you think Chris should stay in the apartment, in the house, in the show, because it seemed like she was trying to sit around a little bit.
Chris got
longer.
real estate. He don't need to be in there. Unlike her, she might be homeless.
It seemed like she was gonna sit there and cry and wait for Pastor Cow and him to leave so she can have it. They gonna let me stay? Is they gonna let me stay though? I think that you're not low, Alyssa. You're not low. We see what's happening here. Let's talk about Jasmyne and Michael, who I think we provided them with a 6.5 last week.
They getting a 6. They still slowly going down.
They're starting to scare me just a little bit.
They're not having no fun. I don't see them laugh together at all. For me, if I can't laugh, what are we doing here?
I agree, because this last week, this interaction, and then he
lying.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we do get to see them have a better interaction with each other's friends or something like that.
It looked like they're gonna have fun. I love the housewarming.
We'll see. Jazz really enjoys the housewarming part. Noy and Steve, we gave them an 8 last week because they looked like they were on the verge of love, but
I still don't think he's gonna fall in love. That's my personal opinion. I think he likes her. He thinks she's cute, but he don't want what it takes to be in a marriage with her.
I was gonna say, do you think he's nitpicking?
No, the dog thing is nasty.
Okay. Well, straight up. All right.
But he don't want to get a job, so we ain't got nothing to talk about.
7 for Noy and Steve this week from the JasVynce Show. Let us know what your ratings are in the comments below. Thank you to everybody that's been dropping ratings these last couple weeks. We appreciate y'all.
And Millennial and Mom. Shout out to y'all.
We appreciate you. We appreciate all these ratings because we try to see where everybody else is feeling about these as well. Lindsay and Mark, we provided them with a 7.5 last week. They was doing okay.
They getting a 6.5.
6.5. That's what I put that already because I figured that's where they fell at.
Okay.
I'm alright with them at 6.5. But Katina and Lajuan, I didn't know where to put at. We gave them a 7 last week as well. Do you think they belong higher or lower than Mark and Lindsay? I think they stay at the same to me.
I think they're doing better than Mark and Lindsay a little bit, but there's some red flags with Olajuwon for
Same red flags. I don't think the conversation is necessarily going anywhere progressive.
No, it's not.
I feel like it's ups and downs.
Yeah. I think that he's just a chauvinist, and I don't enjoy watching any man do that on national TV, particularly a black man.
I agree on that. I can see that. But yes, I think that was all the couples. Unfortunately, we lost a couple. One couple down, but we'll see.
Bye.
We'll see.
Married at First Sight started with 3 couples.
Yeah. Let us know if you think that. And I'm still in the process of watching the very first season.
Yeah.
So I had to run back. And Jamie's not as bad as y'all made her seem, y'all. I just had to put that out there. But let us know if you think Chris should be with somebody else from another season, because I think that's always fun to mess around with.
Paige.
Ooh. Well, Chris and Paige might be too much drama.
No, they messed it up. It was the wrong Chris.
It was the wrong. Oh, okay.
They messed it up.
All right. But yes, of course, please make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
Please hit the buttons down there and stuff like that. We thank you for watching this whole episode with us. We'll be back next week. Make sure you're checking out our Big Brother episodes and our Mexico episodes. And what else are we covering?
Oh, yeah, we do have another travel vlog.
We got more travel vlogs coming to you, folks. But yes, make sure you're following us on the Twitter and the Instagram and all that stuff. And yeah, that's another episode of the JasVynce Show. Peace. Y'all, come on, man.
Jasmyne and Vince.
Jasmine Show.